Hi, my lovelies. Welcome back to the third episode of Under the Surface, where we talk about things people feel but don't always say. I am your host, Coco, and today I want to talk about something that we all want but we are scared to give: transparency in relationships. Right now, we're talking about honesty, not just with words, but with your intentions, feelings, and flaws. You know, the raw, uncomfortable, scary kind of honesty. The kind that makes your voice shake a little. Yeah, that kind. So, why do we struggle with it though? Why do we struggle with being transparent? Why do we fear being fully seen? And how does that affect love, trust, and connections? Well, I need you to know that at the end of this episode, you have the answers to all these questions. But if you have already, you can actually share it in the comment section. I got a question on my last episode about this same topic, about why we are scared to be transparent in relationships. And I'm sure that at the end of this episode, the person that asked the question would definitely get his answer. Now, let's be honest. Honesty isn't always easy. Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't tell the full truth, not because you're a bad person, but because you just didn't want to ruin the vibe? Or maybe you thought what they don't know won't hurt them. Yeah, me too. Transparency is different from being honest. You can be honest and still be hiding. Real transparency is saying, hey, this is how I feel, this is what I'm struggling with, and yeah, it's messy, but it's real. Let me also share an important fact. When you are transparent, you get assurance in return. That soft place to land. The voice that says, I hear you and I still choose you. Thank you for being real. Let me also go further to explain this here. Let me use this on illustration. Honesty is saying, hey babe, I'm going for a friend's birthday party and my other friends will be there. We're just gonna have fun. That is honesty because you're actually going for the birthday party, you know. But this is where transparency comes in. It's saying, hey babe, just so you know, I'm going for a friend's birthday party and my ex is going to be there. I wanted to be upfront about it. Now your partner says this in return. Thank you for telling me. I really appreciate how honest you are with me. I trust you and I know you respect our relationship no matter who is in the room. That right there is the assurance you get for being transparent. So yeah, transparency is like the door. Assurance is the key that keeps the door open. I'm going to say that again. Transparency is the door. Reassurance is the key that keeps the door open. Think about it. When someone is vulnerable with you, they're basically saying, here's a part of me I usually hide. Please don't drop it. If you don't reassure them with words, actions, or even presence, they'll regret ever opening up to you in the first place. And it goes both ways. If you want someone to be real with you, you have to make them feel like it is safe to do so. That's what reassurance does. It creates emotional safety. The price of hiding and the price of not being transparent is very, very huge. It's a big one. When you start hiding things, you even start feeling alone. You start resenting the other person for not understanding you. But how can they understand you when you literally hide things from them? They don't know what's going on truly, so they can't understand you. I've seen it happen in my own life. Little things I didn't say turned into big misunderstanding, and by the time I tried to explain, it was too late. Damage was already done. Now, don't get me wrong, yeah? Transparency doesn't mean trauma dumping on the first day. It's not about saying everything all at once. It's about building safety, then slowly, gently showing more of who you are. Do you get? It's not about, oh, okay, because I just met this person now and they said I have to be transparent in a relationship for it to work. You now start telling the person about everything that has happened to you in this whole life. No. That's not what I'm talking about. You need to build that environment. You need to build the trust. You need to build a safe space with that person for you to be able to be transparent enough. Do you understand? So now let me just share some tips of what helps me most. First one is check in with yourself before you speak. Ask yourself, what do I really feel right now? Number 2, speak in I statements. Instead of using you never check up on me, say something like, I feel distant when we don't talk as much. And number 3, the most important one, lead with love, not ego. Don't be transparent just because you want to prove a point. Don't be. Be transparent because you want connection and not control. Okay? Transparency, let me tell you, will take the relationship a long way. Do you know when you are so transparent with your partner and your partner is aware of this, they can literally vouch for you outside. When even someone tells them something like, okay, oh, I saw your babe, or I saw your boyfriend with someone else, you'll be able to be like, oh, no, that's not where my boyfriend is. I know where my boyfriend is, because there will be trust. Transparency also builds trust. And if there's no trust in a relationship, I really don't know what you're doing. But nowadays, the relationships are now transactional. It's a bit hard to see a real relationship, but yours can actually be real, and you can make it real by being transparent, by being honest to each other, open up with each other. Your partner is someone that is supposed to work life with you, not someone you just vibe with. Relationship is more than just vibes, okay? So here's my challenge to you. If you're listening, think of one relationship in your life where you haven't been fully transparent. Ask yourself, what am I not saying? What am I scared they'll see? And then, when it is safe and when it is right, say it. Even if it's messy, even if your voice shakes. Now, let me go back to that question that I got in the comment section in my last episode. You asked a question, you said, how can you be open to someone and not make them feel some type of way? I think that's the question. I'm going to pop it up on the screen so that everybody can see and read through. Now, this thing I just said answers your question. Just look for a perfect time. You can't try to open up to someone when you guys just had a heated argument. You have to find the right time, make the environment for that discussion. Yes, create a very conducive environment for that discussion. Make it very warm, very sweet, and then come out with it. The way you say it, the way you communicate it with the person, I'm sure the person will understand. Okay? Yeah. So back to what I was saying, okay? The right people will never ask you to shrink or pretend, honestly. If being real makes someone walk away, maybe they weren't meant to stay. So, in everything you do, please try to be transparent in your relationship. It helps a lot so that you know who you are dating and the person also knows you too. Thank you for working with me on this episode. If this hit home for you, like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Also, comment your thoughts. Let's build relationships rooted in truth, not just vibes. You deserve to be seen fully, okay? Catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.